We have learned some of the more basic functions of commas in a previous lesson. Now, it is time to explore two other uses of the comma that many people may find challenging. Remember that commas are generally used to separate grammatical elements in sentences. We will continue to focus on what needs to be separated from what. Now, many sentences usually have two or more clauses in them. Some of these sentences are referred to as complex sentences because they usually have one main clause and one or more subordinate clauses. In such sentences, you would use commas to separate the main clause from the subordinate clause or clauses. Let's break that down. Although I am tired, I would rather watch TV than sleep. In this sentence, although I am tired is the subordinate clause because 1. It does not express a complete thought, and 2. It does not express the main idea in this sentence. The main idea is in the second part of the sentence, I would rather watch TV than sleep, which expresses a complete thought and can stand on its own as a sentence. It is therefore the main clause. Here are more examples of complex sentences. Notice how the comma separates the subordinate clause from the main clause. After I have finished my class, I will call you. Since Ahmed was injured, Fahmi had to play in goal. If he had not kept quiet, he would have been punished. Note that in these examples, the subordinate clause comes before the main clause. If the main clause came first, the comma would not be necessary. For example, Fahmi had to play in goal since Ahmed was injured. Another way that commas are used is to separate non-essential elements from the main idea in a sentence. As the name implies, non-essential elements are those parts of a sentence that can be taken out without affecting the meaning of the sentence. When they occur in the middle of a sentence, they should be marked out with two commas. Look at these examples showing how you can indicate non-essential elements by marking them out with two commas. That ring, which happens to be mine, is the only gold jewelry in the box. This school has the best sporting facilities in the city. The classrooms, on the other hand, leave much to be desired. I am always happy to make friends. In this case, however, I wish I had never met him. In all of those examples, the grammatical and logical accuracy of the sentences would not be affected if those non-essential elements were removed. They are only there to give extra information. Now you know some of the most important functions of the comma in sentences, and I am sure that the next time you write, you will make the effort to use commas in all of the ways we have discussed. Before we end the lesson, I think it is important to share some of the most common comma errors that people make and how you can avoid them. Never use a comma before that. The book that I borrowed from the library is due for return. The book that I borrowed from the library is due for return. Don't use a comma to separate the subject from the verb. A young child in Lagos was declared missing. A young child in Lagos was declared missing. Don't forget to use a conjunction when combining two main clauses with a comma. This PC is too expensive. That tablet does not have enough memory. This PC is too expensive, and that tablet does not have enough memory. In summary, use commas to separate main clauses from subordinate clauses and to mark out non-essential information in a sentence. Till we meet again in another grammar lesson. Take care.